Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one for you lined up today. We're going to talk about Ripple wins again. That's right. Motion denied. We're going to talk about the effects that could have on Ripple and the crypto space broadly. And we're also going to hear from Yoshitaka Kitao, Stuart Alderati from Ripple's team, and a little bit more in news. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro with XRP now at $1 plus.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here. XRP sitting just over $1, been pushing up to 102 this morning and ranging between 86 cents on the low end. We will watch it. It needs to get above that 102, 106 mark so we can really push for that next target above. And that's what we're looking for. And we may just get it. Let's just take a look at this really quickly because the market cap for crypto broadly is 1.6 trillion plus. So there's almost still $1 trillion of old money that's been in this space that is missing from this space because we've been sitting 2.5 trillion plus just a week and a half or so ago. And now at 1.6, we know there's a lot of money still missing from the market. But anyway, to make the point that XRP is making the climb, apparently based on the news that we've gotten late yesterday from the judge on the SEC versus Ripple. We'll get there in just one second. I want to share this with you. This is from Bond Crypt, XRP Hall of Famer here. It says Bitcoin set for the worst month in a decade. The cryptocurrency has lost more than 37% in May, worst monthly performance since September 2011. Now, we'll see what goes on with that. We do know that there's been a lot of information that has come out of late, a narrative across the planet about the energy consumption of proof of work like Bitcoin. And that really leans into the idea that there is some regulatory changes coming that are going to address the energy consumption of proof of work tokens like Bitcoin. And I think that's where the biggest problem for price on Bitcoin has been right at the moment. Now, I personally, and obviously this and 50 cents won't get you a cup of coffee, but the reality is that I personally believe that Bitcoin will make it long term, but it has some massive hurdles in front of it, and it may show up in the form of a carbon footprint tax because of that energy consumption. And we may also see a staking option for Bitcoin. And knowing that Flare is about to launch soon, maybe BTC becomes available as Litecoin and Dogecoin currently are. So, which are forks of Bitcoin. Let's take a look at this because just when you think things couldn't get crazier in the crypto space, Elon Musk discovers a new use case for Dogecoin. That's right. He's talked about putting it inside of hot tubs. So that way the heat from the mining rigs could keep the hot tubs hot. That is just crazy to me. Who knows? Stranger things have happened, but we will see what goes on there. It does say, literally, a ludicrous idea of creating hot tubs, or a hot tub that would rely on the heat generated from Dogecoin mining. There, I said it. I feel silly reading it. The frivolous plan was suggested by Twitter account of the leading crypto portfolio tracker Blockfolio. Given that Musk is already spearheading Dogecoin's development after accepting Doge for a satellite mission, it might not be too far-fetched to assume that it could be another project in the pipeline. So let's just keep moving because then I'm reminded of this amazing tweet by Link2. I have a link for the description, link for them in the description and comment section. If you're a victim of celebrity tweets deflating your shares in crypto and private equity, shares being off of public exchanges means Elon can't affect your investments. Yeah, I like the sound of that. That's why I like Link2, among many other reasons, besides the fact they've had 5 or 6 big companies exit to public offerings to an IPO, which is, I think, an amazing record for a company coming out of the gate like that. So, all right, moving on here, I do want to highlight here U.Today, which exchanges will list Flare after its drop in June. And I tell you, Flare is already being honored for the airdrop around 50 plus exchanges currently. Now, the question is will those exchanges go on and offer them in buy, sell, trade, and hold, or will they just honor the airdrop? I think it's pretty likely that they go ahead and just bring the asset onto the platform if they, in fact, are going to honor the airdrop. What will be interesting is because, Flares is looking for a launch in June, give or take 2 to 4 weeks is what Hugo has told us. So shout out to Hugo and the team there. Very excited about the utility that Flare Networks and Flare Finance are about to bring to the entire crypto space. And I think that utility will help bring a supportive floor value to assets like XRP and Flare. I really, really do. And it will continue to grow from there. That's my personal thoughts, not financial advice. Now let's get into the case, because it was like a body blow to the SEC. Motion denied. Yeah, Jeremy Hogan told us right here, and let's go ahead and take a look at this. He says, judge denies the SEC's motion to compel production of Ripple lawyers' opinion letters. Very important, because the judge states Ripple's subjective beliefs, RE, XRP, are not relevant to the fair notice defense, blocking the road the SEC wanted to use to fight that defense. And shout out to Jeremy Hogan and James K. Filan, who is amazing as well. And he tells us right here, this is it when it came out yesterday, right? So breaking, Judge Netburn denies the SEC's access to Ripple's legal memorandum, dealing huge blow to the SEC. And this is a huge blow, not just in this case. If other crypto companies are really targeted by the SEC after this, the fair notice defense is going to be a good defense to really take up if it suits your case, because you're already learning from Ripple's case that this is really the path for them, right? So this may be the path for anybody who's targeted by the SEC under the same guidelines and understanding. So this is interesting, and it's very interesting for Ripple because, the idea is that inside of this, and we'll get to that in just a second, but let me read this. Sarah Netburn, United States Magistrate Judge, Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, seeks an order compelling Ripple Labs to produce all communications constituting, transmitting, or discussing any legal advice Ripple sought or received as to whether it offers and sales of XRP were or would be subject to federal securities law. The motion is denied. Get some. Yeah. Denied. Stuffed at the basket. Come on in. Yeah, the SEC puts up a brick. One of the beautiful things about this for Ripple, we already talked about the benefit of it for the crypto space and other crypto companies that may be targeted for the same reason or business structure of their company and native token that they may have going in the future. There's a benefit to them here for the fair notice defense, that it could keep that precedent that you're not allowed to see the attorney-client privilege just to try to prove your own case. What nonsense is that? But the bigger issue for Ripple is that they've got negotiating power at the table now like they didn't have the day before yesterday. Because you can bet your bottom dollar, there have been negotiations and offers of settlement along the way throughout this entire process, and the tolling agreements before the actual lawsuit was filed began in April of 2019, before the 2019 October-November Swell Conference in Singapore. And when we were there at Singapore, it was interesting to us because we were like, man, they are really nice, but they're very tight. Like, they won't do interviews with us. We were trying to interview people for Cryptonaires and things, and couldn't understand why they were so locked down. Then we find out in hindsight that they were actually under tolling agreements with the SEC because they knew that they were headed to a very tricky place with the SEC and more than likely were going to be sued, but they couldn't talk about it. So that's a pretty remarkable thing to note. But this is amazing for me because this, to me, really gives Ripple Labs the power they need to really get to a table to discuss a settlement. because this is what we all want to see. And by settlement, we could see some kind of a settlement that is a settlement between the SEC and Ripple, where the SEC can no longer go after Ripple or XRP, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're guaranteed that XRP will have a classification. Okay, we could just see a settlement based on the unregistered security sales of the over-the-counter sales that took place that the lawsuit actually derived from. So whether or not we actually get the XRP classification, whether it's a commodity, currency, or a security, is a whole nother matter. So if we get that, and by the way, Ripple has asked for that in their prayer for relief as one of their points that they asked for the judge to go ahead and do, but we don't know that the judge will do it. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. What I do know is that the Ripple team is feeling pretty damn good about it, because Stuart Alderati posted yesterday after that motion denied, just finished rereading Melville's Moby Dick, the story about Captain Ahab's blind and irrational obsession with hunting the white whale. Spoiler alert. It doesn't end well for Captain Ahab. Well, from where I'm sitting, the SEC is Captain Ahab, and that white whale is in fact Ripple. And we're about to float on our way out of here, and this is going to be done. And the next place that white whale is going to show up, I believe, is in an IPO after a settlement. And so does Yoshitaka Kitao. Ripple waiting for the SEC suit resolution before going public, says the CEO. And that is exactly right. Brad Garlinghouse has said it. Yoshitaka Kitao from SBI, early seed investor and part owner in R3, is saying it too. How close are we to seeing mass adoption? How close are we to seeing the financial world begin to use XRP for settlement? I don't know the answer, but I know we're closer. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment below and share with somebody you know. Check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. They are trusted, vetted links of products and services I use each and every day. By the way, Unstoppable Domains is unstoppable. More than 700,000 domains registered. They are compatible with Google Chrome extension, Brave browser, and Opera. They are everywhere, and it is the new .coms of the new internet. It is the Internet 3.0, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is where the world is going, and you could use your .crypto and have value, money, crypto, or whatever sent through it directly to you without giving away your personal banking information. That's pretty remarkable. I will catch all of you on the next one.